Alright guys, so first ride on the Beta. We are headed to the same spot. If you guys watched my videos where I was riding with the Honda when I had that, I'm gonna head to the same place. It is Sunday, like 10:15 a.m. Alright, here we go, first dirt. Yeah, she's a little muddy. A little soupy there. Somebody's been back here with a side-by-side, it looks like, or a truck. Jeep or something. Ah, all the mud, man. Not a fan of that. Got no hand guards yet. I got no nothing. Bike's bone stock, so I'm gonna have to order up some hand guards. The branches and the thorns, everything's got thorns on it around here. So yeah, kind of asking for trouble. Tell you, initial impressions though is, man, it feels so much thinner between the legs than the Honda did. Like, it's like having a BMX bike between your legs or something. As the Honda felt very, very big between the legs, and this does not feel like as much. Feels like there's not much there. That's what she said. There's Nick. See which bike he got today. He bought my 250F. You guys didn't watch my intro video on this. And he's got his 150R today.
How's it going, man?
Good. Let's see if it's muddy back there. Be curious to see what kind of gears I gotta, like, shifting, and what gear I gotta ride in. That'll be interesting compared to the Honda. Honda would kind of just cruise second, third. I'm in second right now. She's gonna be a little smoky for the first little bit here. The first tank of gas has 100-to-1 premix in it, plus the oil injection. That's what Beta recommends for break-in on the motor, new motor. And plus, I think he put even a little more than 100-to-1. He said he runs it pretty rich for break-in. He said basically run through that tank with it, and then you're good after that to go straight gas with the oil injection. So not sure which way he took. Looks like this way. Oh yes, he already got whacked in the hand with a branch. Definitely gonna order me some hand guards today. I'm not sure which ones I want to get. I think I'm gonna go with the Acerbis, like the ones I had on my Honda. They were nice. I might go white and black. There's Nick, he's on the other side. I'm in fourth gear actually right now, guys. And it's just, you hear how this thing lugs and pulls out. It's very four-stroke like in that manner. So 44 miles an hour, 46. Which feels good, man. Feels nice, real nice. Real nice. I like it. It's nice to have a speedometer and actually know how fast you're going. Nick's a much better rider than me. He's been riding since he was a kid. I have obviously not much skill at all. Ah, branches. We've had a lot of storms, so it might be a wreck back here. Although it looks like people have been back here, so maybe they cleaned up the trail already. And hopefully it's not swampy. So not having engine braking is going to be something to get used to. That is definitely something to get used to. Might be nice on the downhills. Rear tire's not like locking up, but going into turns, I'm used to just letting off the gas and allowing the Honda to kind of slow me down. Now I got to kind of be conscious and make sure I tap the brakes a little bit. And here we are. See how flooded this is back here. Whoo, she's muddy. Oh yeah. She's a mud hole. Oh boy. She's muddy, huh?
A little flooded out.
I don't think we're going to be able to come around the backside, that's for sure.
Wow.
I guess let's scope it out and see where we can get to.
How is it?
So far, so nice. Very nice. Let's try a different map. I don't know how that works, or if it's going to make a difference. But all right, so that didn't check out where we usually ride. It's full of water, swampy. Took a little bit getting out of there because every time we turned around it was another lake. So we're gonna head out of that spot, try to find some drier ground. Traction feels pretty good considering how soupy it was in some spots, and for the soft sand we're dealing with. Some of the dirt's really nice because of the rain, but some of it's soupy, and then obviously a lot of sand. So go through here. To me, she feels very stable, you know, 38, 40 mile an hour range. This is not flat terrain here. It's pretty rough and rutted and washed out. She feels good. So I'm happy with that. That was one thing I wasn't, you know, that's the speed I'm going to be cruising at on some trails, going on longer distance rides. So that was definitely a concern of mine. And depending on who you listen to online, some people say, you know, it's not stable at those speeds at anything over third gear, but I had it up to fifth cruising before, and it felt pretty good. Obviously, it depends on the terrain, I'm sure. Very comfortable so far. Oh yeah. She jumps over things very easy, much easier than the Honda. You can feel that light weight. And I tell you, man, between the legs, really, I said it before, but wow, it's apparent when you're turning. It's almost like having when I was a kid, being on a bicycle, like just making the turns through the woods. It's like you just lean it. If you put a little bit more weight on one peg or the other, it really reacts and almost turns for you. It's crazy, the agility of it, the bike, compared to the Honda was. Really like it. So I think I'm gonna let it cool down a minute. All right, so we are gonna go back the other way because we can't ride out this area here anymore because it's all flooded from all the rain. Let's go, Nick. This horn. She's pretty whooped out here, this area, and it's handling pretty good. I'm actually fairly impressed. I'm not finding any flaws in the suspension for me anyway. Also, although I am coming from a air-cooled Honda 250 with like not much suspension at all, so this is going to be better than that. But I think people that are complaining are comparing it to like a race bike, and they're coming off of those, and it's not quite as good as that because that's not what it's for. Let's see how far we can get this way with the flooding. We've been getting just bombarded with rain this year. Every evening it's just been a swamp. The monsoons have been nuts. Thunderstorms like crazy. It's cool to watch from the house, but sometimes I don't mind it. You don't really want to do anything, and it gives you an excuse to not to. But sometimes I've been wanting to come out with the quad or the dirt bike, and in the evening it's cooler than the mornings now, and you just can't get out because at that time, 4 or 5 o'clock, that's when the storms roll in. So let's see how she does here and all this thick stuff. This big fat tire, I tell you, I think it gives a ton of traction. I know it's an odd size. Some people don't like it, the tire itself, not the width. And they change them out to a 110, 100 with a different brand. But so far, it's been pretty good. See how she does when it's drier, though. Obviously, wet and dry is two different things. I'm running in the hot map. I tried it in the white map in the back a little bit. I didn't get too much chance to use it, but I didn't feel much difference, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I'm very new to the bike, so could be that. And I'll give it a shot here now on this where it's more dry. Maybe on the way back on this section, I'll try it on the white map, see if I notice any different. Oh, it's open here. Look at that. They must have a truck in here. What gear am I in? First gear, alright. It's got a 6-speed. I don't know if I'll ever see 6 in this thing. That'd be hoofing it. I was cruising before at 45 and 5th, and she was nice low RPM, so I don't know. Oh yeah, dude, that suspension just eats those little jumps. Really nice. Oh, I'm liking this. This is pretty sweet, man. After this ride this week, I'll dump the oil, adjust the chain, and probably get some hand guards on it. It's got almost an hour of runtime on it right now from what I did this morning, and just riding around the neighborhood. I just rode it on the street. I put and then the dealer put a heat cycle on it, so she's got about an hour of runtime. So if I can get another hour on it today, that'll be pretty good. Just trying to be very careful here. This trail gets very washed out, so. It's a little flooded.
You want to try it?
I don't know, dude. It looks deep.
See, I'm just going to get close.
Yeah, let's get close. You do that, Nick. You go get close. Ha! You be the guinea pig. I don't know, dude. If he goes through it, no problem, we'll go, but I don't know. She looks deep. I went through there on my quad one time. On my wife's quad, actually, one time. Ah, it's not too bad. It can get a little gnarly. Oh, that back section was deep. Alright, I guess we'll try it. Thanks a lot, Nick. One thing with the Beta, the gauge cluster, is when every time you start it, for the first I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah, it's nothing. My bike's bigger than his. It looked deeper when he went through it. For the first 4 or 5 seconds, the check engine light will be on. It's kind of like it's just doing the system checks. Kind of like your car. You know, your check engine light comes on the dash when you first start it. So I freaked out the first time, but then I realized it just shuts off every time after 4 or 5 seconds. Now that's the deep one. That might be the deep one. I know there's a deep one here. I've gone through a deep one here on the quad, like thinking like, it's not bad. So that's probably it. I don't know if I want to try that. All right. Hey, we can go back and take that off that side trail.
I saw that.
Yeah, we can. And we're not gonna attempt it. So these aren't mud machines. That's got to be at least 2 feet. That other one there. So. Back through this mud. Man, let's give him a little head start. I don't want him falling in front of me. There we go. This thing just, that big tire in the back, dude, just tracks straight through stuff. It's crazy. First gear is very short, like it revs out of first gear pretty fast. It's fine for taking off, but you're not going to do much riding in it. I can tell you that already. Second gear is very nice for this, for navigating through the sandy sections or turns. Seems to be. Like right now I'm in second, I really should be shifting up. Third gear is really nice for just cruising. Nice trail pace. Seems to be third and fourth. Gonna be the trail gears. See, like that there, I was in third. Just lugged right up. Second gear, you can hear the difference. I tell you what, the bike's not that loud. It's got a really nice sound, obviously, two-stroke sound, but it's not loud. My neighbor's kid's two-stroke, it's like a 65. I feel like that thing screams. It's like an angry hornet. Let's try. Oh, we can go both ways, actually. We could try this way too, and let's go the other way, actually. Alright, so this will be, never been down here. I think I was down here on the quads once, a long time ago. I don't remember what it is like, and I don't know what it's going to look like now, so. It's alright, it'll be a nice trail pace, good braking in for the bike. I'm also curious how much I get out of a tank of fuel. He filled it up just about full. It wasn't quite to the top with the premix at the dealer, so I've just been running that. I haven't added anything because I kind of want to, I don't want to dilute the premix with regular gas. So I'm going to kind of run it till I use most of the tank. So once I get to where I got to put it on reserve, I know there's a big reserve on these tanks. then I'll run it down as much as I can by looking at the tank. Then we'll top it off with gas. Got a nice, yeah, I hit with another branch there with thorns. Got to get the handguards. Stuff like this. Oh yeah, sand here. Oh yeah, nice little jump.
Wanna go down there?
Let's try this. Here's one. I tell you, dude, that bike Nick's on, a 150, it absolutely rips. I was very inexperienced when I tried it. Like, I barely had a couple hours on my 250F, so I was very intimidated by it. So I didn't really ride it well. And it's a little bit small for me. It's a very small bike, but Nick's is shorter than I am. I'm about 5'6" and a half. I don't know how tall he is, maybe 5'4". But he's an inch or two shorter than I am. He fits perfect on the bike, and that thing is, oh my god. And you can hear it. It sounds angry, dude. It sounds like a 250. It doesn't sound like a 150. Things, and it just screams. He lights that thing up, and he's on the back tire a lot, front tire off the ground. Stay away from these cactuses. We do not want to be near those. Ugh. Suspension settings are at stock settings. So for the rear shock and the front, that's what the dealer set them out of the book. He said that'll be perfect to break it in, and then we'll go from there. You know, fiddling with it from there. But he said get the suspension broken in first on the stock settings. Oh yeah, no, this is no good. I actually have been down here on the quad, on the 4x4, on the Renegade, I think is where I went down. Came through here. It's a nice area to play around on the 4x4 quads, but I don't think we'll get through it on dirt bike. We're not hard enduro guys. You hard enduro guys probably.
Oh, the Grand Canyon over here.
Yeah, dude, the hard enduro guys will be drooling over this, but no, it's not us. Yeah. All right, I gotta get her turned around. Finding neutral has been an experiment. There we go. It's gotten easier actually though. When I first brought it home, I couldn't get it in neutral at all. Woo! She lights up that rear tire, man. Not like the 250F, that's for sure. That is got plenty of power to have fun, but it doesn't. It's not gonna tear, you know, light it up on you. But this bike will. I think I've already become a better rider in the 45 minutes I've been on this thing, to be honest, because dude, it turns so good, and that was what I was not good at, was turning on the Honda. Well, when I first started, not good at turning at all, but I was still, I feel a lot more comfortable making turns on this thing. I don't know if it's the agility of the bike or tires or a combination of everything. And the no engine braking, I think, has actually been a benefit, because I'm learning how to brake better and be in more control of the bike in just the short time I've been on it. I tell you, it's really fun. I'll shut the hell up so you can hear the bike now. Oh yeah, it comes out where we started. Alright. We can go the other way maybe now. I was in third gear. Don't do it, Nick. Don't do it. Just keep going. Woo! Yeah, man, the sand is deep here, boy. Even when it's wet, it's just, you got to keep on top. You got to keep the pace up. Don't be starfishing it, Nick. Keep going. Keep going. That's one detriment to that 150. Or it's such a short wheelbase, it does not do sand well at all. He said he tried the 250 when he bought it from me. The first day he took his wife out to learn to ride on it, and he tried it. He said it's way better than in the sand than that thing. He said he thinks that's the problem with the sand for him, is that bike. It's just the short wheelbase, it just does not navigate straight through. He's got to blast through it in order to keep it straight. Check out this way. Oh, a little jump there, that could have been. Still wasn't sure what was on the other side. Nick likes to fly. He's going ahead of me. I'm a little too nervous with not knowing what's coming, and I'm not be able to react well enough because I'm still learning how to ride and the bike. So we got mud. Thorns. Gotta get those hand guards. Keep saying it, but should have ordered them already, but just don't know what color I want to get. Good. We'll check it out, see how she looks. More trail. Oh, I think I know where this is. We came down here in the rain. We went out the last ride on the 250F. It started pouring on us, and we were coming down this way, and it was coming down the rain good. We got caught in it, so I had to drive home. We had to make it out of here because this gets flooded. We boogied out of this these washes and got out, loaded his into his truck, and I kind of hauled it home. That was the last time I rode, actually, because then I knew I was getting this, and I was putting the Honda up for sale, so I didn't want to keep using it. But yeah, but we didn't continue down this way because we had to turn around. So I know where this goes. It goes to like this new neighborhood they built, but it's a fun little trail nonetheless. But then you got to turn around. When it's dry, it's actually harder because you see these sand washes. It's kind of like mud now, but it's like super sand when it's dry. That's kind of gross. So I definitely need to set the sag a little bit. Doesn't squat that much with me on it. The back shock's pretty rigid still, but I want to let it get broken in before I set sag. This way I'm not end up too low once it is broken in. So I think if I just can get down like a half inch more, I'll be good. Whoa! Whoa. Oof, this is sandy. Shit over here. This is why I didn't get the Husky out of KTM, because I'm dabbing my feet like crazy. And I can't even reach the ground on those bikes. So and I knew that. It's going to be a problem for me. And I'd have to get it professionally low at least 2 inches if I got one of those. I tell you, the clutch is unbelievably soft. I love it. You don't even feel like you're pulling it in. Oh yeah, here's where they're building the houses. making it all the way over to here. So I had found some new trails opposite direction of my house. This is say north of my neighborhood. South of my neighborhood there is some more trails, and I found some really cool ones on the Raptor when I went out and took that on a break-in ride. So we're gonna hit those next time. Oh yeah, dude, this suspension for stuff like that, like hopping up over stuff and coming down, little endos and stuff. Not endos, but little bunny hops. It's really nice.
That's the perfect place to practice your jumps.
I know. Oh, this is obviously bulldozed here. I don't know if they're making another road through here for the neighborhood or just a wash. Sometimes they do that so for water drainage. Nick's got a very small fuel tank. Hopefully he doesn't run out of gas. I was just thinking about that now. Oh yeah, this is where the water's gonna go down. Looks like. That's pretty neat. Woo!
It's a dirt biker's paradise.
I know. It's like it's probably where they're gonna make a wash for the neighborhood, for the water to go.
I say we do one lap and then get the hell out of
All right, let's do it. Get a lot of older people that live in this neighborhood, so they'll be bitching if we stay back here. Although some of them have these souped up golf carts that they come. I've seen them out on them, like souped up golf carts with monster truck tires on them. It's funny. It might be me when I'm old, although I don't think it'll be a golf cart. But I'm definitely going to be riding around in something. Motorsports for life. So this is just so fun. I never thought in my life I'd be having so much fun on two wheels. I've just always been afraid of dirt bikes when I was a kid, man. Always enamored with them. Every kid is, every boy is anyway. If you're straight and normal, but if you're, you know, but I was always a little bit timid with getting a dirt bike, and then I got into my cousins had quads, and I got into riding sport quads, and that was the end of it for me. I never even thought twice about it. I would see people on dirt bikes, and I'm like, oh man, that looks fun, but I'd probably kill myself, so I just never really flirted with the idea. And then the last couple of years, I've just met more people that have dirt bikes, and then moving out here to Arizona, a lot of people have dirt bikes. Instead of like, and back in the day too, when I was a kid, the dirt bikes were all like motocross bikes. So now, I mean, they build these bikes like this, and like the Husky and the KTMs, like enduro, and they're easier to ride in that sense. So that sand there is deep. Woo. I'm gonna focus on this for a minute. Dab, dab, dab. There's no dab challenge here. We're dabbing all day. Ooh, I think I was in third gear there actually, and I still kept going. Oh man, need hand guards. How many times am I going to say that today? What gear was it? Yep, no, I was in second gear. What was I saying? Oh yeah, dirt bikes. Dude, but the last couple of years have been like really, I don't know if I'm getting crazy in my old age, but just always keeps looking more and more fun to me, and I just was like, you know what? Before I get too old and then regret never doing it, never having fun on two wheels, and then being 70 and be like, I wish I would have got a dirt bike when I was young. I figured, let me do it. And man, this is fun. I'm just having an absolute blast, dude, on it. It's unbelievable. I highly recommend if you're hesitant about riding dirt bikes, and like I was, and you really been thinking about it for a long time and want to just do it, man. It is, you will not regret it. It's quite a learning curve for sure, but my God, it's fun. It is an absolute blast, and as more you ride, the more you get better, and the more fun it is. I'm not good at all by any means, as you guys can see, but I'm having way more fun than I had my first time I took it out. That was not fun, actually. I was scared to death. Now it's just become fun. You know, I got about 10 hours under my belt, and not that that's a lot, but from zero, it's a number, and it's definitely a huge improvement and comfort at minimum. And you can see how you don't really need to downshift this bike as much. You can just lug it, and as soon as you crack the throttle, you don't have to crack the throttle. You can just give it a little bit, and it's just kind of like riding my Raptor in a sense that way. It just yanks it right through with all the torque on the bottom. It's insane. He turned into sand there. Woo! That's that two-stroke thing. Didn't slow down at all. Got to be conscious of that and using the brakes. Ooh, that was fun, man. Whew. So leave a comment below if you have an Xtrainer, or if you're just thinking about getting one, or you just like dirt bikes. Tell me what you ride. Be anxious to hear your comments about your experience, if you guys are kind of like new like me to dirt bikes or stuff like that, or just wanting to get into it. Alright, we're back where we started, so we made it alive through there. I think I'm going to go back here and then take a break. Oh, I don't know if Nick made it out. Is he alright? Oh, I hear him coming. That thing's loud. There he is. I'll get some of these whoops. Little bunny hops. Tell you what too, not much arm pump. My hand's a little tired just from gripping and twisting the throttle. That's just from not riding for a while. But man, I don't have any arm pump at all. It must be the suspension. It's just eating it up. Gonna stop over here for Nick so he has somewhere to lean his bike on because he don't have a kickstand. He's on that race bike. Have some water. Nick's not listening. I don't think he understands. I want to stop. Alright, maybe he plans on stopping down there. I don't know. A little gear him in here. I'm first. Alright, I guess we're not braking here. One thing I noticed, which seems to have subsided, when I first got the bike home, took it around the block, there was a lot of like, almost like a little bit of a knocking sound at the top of the motor at very, very low throttle. Can hear it once in a while now, but it is subsided substantially. I talked to the dealer who's also the mechanic, you know, the main mechanic there at the place. He said it's just a beta thing. They really all do it. Some people are able to kind of like tune it out, but he said they do tend to get less once it breaks in, and I've noticed it a lot less. I hear it once in a while, but it's like a knocking. It's almost, I don't know if it's pipe knock or pipe, whatever the hell they call it, but it's not. It doesn't feel like detonation or pre-ignition or anything like that. It's not uncommon in two-strokes at all, from my understanding. I think the Beta's just, you hear it a little bit more. You have it a little more, I should say. Could be that they're still carbureted and not, you know. You can get a carburetor perfectly tuned, and it'll be perfectly tuned for about an hour or two until the temperature changes, and then you're not perfectly tuned anymore, but you're always just kind of close with a carbureted bike, two-stroke, and the fuel-injected bikes probably don't hear it as much because they're fuel injected and they're kind of compensating. It's one benefit of the CBI bikes, but this bike just seems much easier to work on if something were to go wrong than all that computer stuff on the other ones. At least for a newbie like me. Maybe one day I'll have a $13,000 KTM in the garage too, I don't know, but I'm really loving this thing, dude. This thing is sweet. I'm zero regrets on this purchase. Yeah, I crossed the street, that was in first. That first gear runs out in like half a second. I'm at third right now. Fourth, hit about 38 miles an hour. She feels stable, dude. This bike is very, I mean, I must be just used to riding the 250F, which is pretty stable. But this is a little longer bike than that is, and she feels great to me, man. I think in the hands of somebody who's used to riding a really high-end bike, they say, you know, it's not as stable at higher speeds. But for me and the speeds I'm gonna go at, this thing feels terrific. I'm not going 60 miles an hour, I can tell you right now. Even if I felt good on it, it's just you wipe out at that speed, you're a goner. I don't really even do that fast hardly on my quads. She just jumps over every little bump. The suspension soaks it up. Oh, so nice this thing is. Really liking it. We got 27 miles on her now. I feel good, man. I don't even feel tired. I was tired on the Honda fighting with that thing. It's a lot heavier of a bike. That's another thing too. This bike's so light. It's about 40 pounds less than the Honda was. That'll wear you out, that extra 40 pounds for an hour or two of riding. Dude, what a blast, man. Hey, there's a Yamaha Grizzly. All right, Mr. Nick is gone. So I wanted to ride a little more. I wasn't even tired. I was saying on the way back here, but he's got it's Sunday and he's got some things to do with his wife. This was kind of like a last minute ride. He texted me early this morning and was like, hey dude, we want to meet up at 10 at our spot and ride a little bit. So that's what we did. I'm going to take this back to the house. Probably won't ride it anymore by myself, although maybe I will. Maybe I'll take it down the dirt road. We'll see. Thing I found is it's very plush. Like over this whoop stuff, it just eats it. I mean, it's not, you're not gonna have, these aren't big whoops, but there's nothing right here. But you'll hit some nice rollers, and it just goes over them, zero problems. Suspension eats it up. I hit some square edges. Those felt good. Obviously not really hard, fast. I'm a little bit cautious, so I slow down for stuff like that. But caught air a few times. Very plush landing, and you can bunny hop it over almost anything with ease. The power delivery is very cool. It's not intimidating. It's crazy because it's got you can feel it's got a lot of power, and it's got a lot of snap, but it's not intimidating. It's because it's very controllable. You can control it, but modulate the power very easily with the throttle. It doesn't. It's not. It's hard to explain, but you don't have to worry about whiskey throttling. It don't feel like it's just. You can modulate it pretty easy, and you can ride it up higher gear too. And you lug it, be too high gear, it doesn't stall. Very forgiving in that manner. So, man, I could not be happier with the purchase. My initial ride here, 30 miles on it right now, and she is good. I'm loving it. All right, guys, so we're home, and man, I tell you, initial impressions are really, really good. Actually a little bit blown away because all the things that like the popular complaints, there's complaints about every bike, no bike's perfect, but the complaints about this bike were unstable at high speeds. I didn't notice that, in excess of 45 miles an hour. She was straight as an arrow. I don't know if it had to do with tire pressure I was running or what, but I got 10 in the rear, 12 in the front. Suspension settings are at stock. She felt great, absolutely perfect. Couple of little rollers, jumping over and landing, smooth, buttery smooth. Hitting some square edges, felt great. Tractability, like, man, you could be too high a gear and it just tractors. That is unbelievable. The power is phenomenal, but it's very controllable. It's just really, really good, man. I love it. First impressions are, man, if I had more than two hands, it'd be more thumbs up, but giving it 2 thumbs up. So smash the thumbs up button on your way out. That'll be another thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And this is Joe with Odyssey Off-Road. I'm going to take off this gear, go have a nice cold drink, and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. You guys take care.